Everybody in the room, how many of you have a credit card? One or more credit cards? Keep your hand up if you really trust your credit card company to not slip in some extra fees here and there and, maybe play around with the due date so you get caught with a late fee. Okay, good. There are a few. Again, now we know where to get our credit cards from.
Ich möchte aber ganz besonders herzlich begrüßen die Teilnehmer der Study Tour, die aus Jordanien, Palästina, Ägypten, Algerien, Marokko, Tunesien und dem Jemen heute Abend bei uns sind.
I think what's happened, what has emerged after the financial crisis, is that there are three great financial reform challenges that we need to undertake. The first reform challenge was to restore and maintain financial stability in the European Union. The second challenge was to actually improve the prudential regulation of our major financial institutions, make sure they are sound and well managed. But the third challenge really is to make markets work for the European citizen.
One of the reasons why the German government and the ministry is committed to promoting consumer protection in the financial system is a lesson learned from the microcredit crisis that occurred some years back, where you had bad practices prevailing in the financial sector, you had over-indebtedness of people and fatal consequences in some cases. So we are committed to the concept of responsible finance, which basically is about responsible treatment of customers and clients and companies from the financial institutions, might it be banks or insurance companies. So it's very much about fair treatment, about transparent products which the customers understand, which respond to their needs. It is about complaint mechanisms that should be in place. It's about financial literacy that we also push.
Das hochentwickelte System für Verbraucherschutz ist sicherlich ein Punkt, warum wir sehr gut durch die Finanzkrise durchgekommen sind als Konsumenten.
Well, we do believe that the big expertise in the German international cooperation, the GIZ, and the experience in Germany about how they develop their financial system towards the financial inclusion, and in particular regarding the consumer protection, is really a good experience where we can exchange more knowledge and gain more knowledge how to develop our financial systems as well, and the tools and instruments regarding the consumer protection in my country.
We have three main areas in responsible finance. The first one is the regulation and supervision of consumer protection. Secondly, in the second pillar, we have the self-regulation, meaning the codes of conduct and the standard-setting parts in the industry. And thirdly, we have activities and measures around financial capability and consumer protection.
The awareness has definitely increased over the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years. And in all platforms that we have, such as CGAP or Making Finance Work for Africa, we see donors discussing the impact at the level of clients, consumer protections issues, and they're also included as important components in their projects.
We make sure that consumers are aware of the products, that pricing transparency is given, and if we see any weaknesses, we also provide support to these institutions to improve consumer protection. We encourage our institutions also to adopt the client protection principles, an international agreement between many institutions, and so we also encourage them to sign up to these principles.
We in the Competence Center Financial Systems Development, we have different key areas which we're addressing, ranging from microfinance over SME finance, financial sector stability to insurance. And financial responsible finance is one of the modules under microfinance. However, it has a lot of close links to other topics. And in general, we have around 50 projects in the field of financial sector development, out of which 20% have financial sector responsible finance elements. So, and this ranges from implementing financial literacy in Ghana to setting up an ombudsman system in China.
I think financial inclusion agenda applies to all countries, whether within the EU or indeed at an international level. Now, clearly, the levels of financial exclusion differ depending on which country you are referring to, but certainly the agenda itself must apply to all countries because it is a global challenge, not just a sort of not just a local challenge.
My participation in this seminar is very interesting because I know the Germany model of consumer protection. In all this seminar, I see all authorities concerned by consumer protection, and I think that there is a good idea that I will transpose in Morocco.
Bei Finanzdienstleistungen handelt es sich insgesamt um komplexe Produkte und komplexe Fragestellungen. In aller Regel sind hier Verbraucher auf Beratung angewiesen. Die Beratung wird vornehmlich von Banken und Finanzdienstleistern erbracht und ist dort natürlich interessengebunden, weil Provisionsinteressen dabei eine Rolle spielen. Die Finanzvermittler stehen in einem Interessenkonflikt dabei, der häufig dazu führt, dass Verbraucher nicht optimal beraten werden und damit auch nicht optimal mit Finanzprodukten und Finanzdienstleistungen versorgt sind.
The idea of saving banks is great, and I think this is one of the most important idea that I will carry with me to my country.
What I find important is to bring in the financial institutions, because in the end it is there where the clients buy their financial products, and if the financial institutions do not behave responsibly, consumer protection rules will just not be enough. And it is very important not to just have rules, but also to enforce them. So you have to be very serious. So the best rules, the best systems won't work if it's not enforced by central banks, regulators, consumer protection agencies.
Information is not everything, and we have a lot of consumers which could not participate on the market, which are excluded from financial services, and therefore it's helpful to have a law to help consumers all over the world.
The study tour and this event was beneficial, very beneficial for us. As for Central Bank of Egypt, as for central banks, we focus and we concentrate in consumer protection from financial perspective. But we here exchange knowledge from the German perspective in a wider place. It means that different parties, different bodies caring about the consumer.
I would say that it's much easier to make it work if there is a strong regulatory body. And it's the advantages of a system like the German one is that because of historically and culturally the way it's grown up, I think it's probably a deep sense of responsibility. Of course, the state starts and then civil society can follow. And I think in most countries, including my own, that's a more practical approach.